Hey guys, it's Blake with In-Service Tactical again. This week, well I should say, about Monday or Tuesday, I went and picked this up. Gen 5 Glock 17. Absolutely love this gun. I was actually issued this whenever I worked for my former agency. The one I had did not have the slide serrations on it, which I really wanted, but I guess the first run of the Gen 5s did not have the slide serrations. Yeah, the light's tan, but I kind of like it. I like to keep everything uniform, everything look the same, but I kind of like the light kind of throws everything out. I've not gotten a chance to shoot this gun yet, though it is on my battle belt setup, and I do run a lot of dry fire. Whenever I was issued my previous Gen 5 17, it had the cutout here to strip the magazine. I could go with it or without it. It really doesn't make a big difference to me whether it's there or whether it's not. One thing I do like though is the orange followers in the magazines. I really think that was a good improvement over the black ones. Man, we all know those factory Glock sights are absolute garbage. I cannot wait to change them out. I think I'm going to go with a Dawson Precision fiber optic setup with a serrated rear and a red or green fiber optic front. Probably going to go with 10.8 performance though. There's seems to be a little bit better built. Also a little bit cheaper right now. That's kind of the big thing right now is cheapness of a firearm. Over my issued Glock 22, it's a Gen 4. The finger grooves. When the Gen 5s first came out, I thought it was awesome that they did not have a finger groove, but dry fire and training with my duty weapon, just getting out to the range, you're shooting it. It doesn't make that big of a difference whether I do or do not have the finger grooves. Obviously, I shoot a 9mm a little bit better than a 40 cal. It's just not as snappy. I prefer shooting 9mm because it's cheap. Way cheaper than 40 cal. You really can't beat a Glock 17. If you're going to run something on a duty belt that you're not worried about concealing, which, I mean, once again, you know, being 5'11", 130, I cannot conceal this. Doesn't matter what holster I wear, it was tier 1 freaking top of the line, but I cannot conceal this. I sold a P320 M17, kept my light off of it, and I could not conceal the P320, even with a little bit bigger barrel. But this is, in my opinion, a better firearm. I liked my SIG. Wished I could have done a video with it before I let it go, but due to some recent turn of events here that I was tagged in last week, I don't want to put my gun back in my holster and blow my damn leg off, because SIG is apparently still having some trigger issues with those M17s being reported by the military to be hurting and injuring soldiers as they're manipulating that firearm. Don't want that to happen. Never heard of a Glock being shot without a depression of the trigger simply by removing it or placing it on your belt line or in your holster. I roughly, in my department issued weapon from my previous agency, I guarantee I shot the most out of anybody at that PD, and I loved the Glock 17 Gen 5. I was in love with that. That trigger, compared to my previous Gen 4s that I owned personally, is a way better trigger. It is a little squishy, but look how much take up that is. And you hit a definite wall, clean depression of the trigger, and it breaks. I'm not going to tell you what the poundage is because I don't know. Glock says 5.5 out of the box, but I couldn't tell you. I just know that it feels really nice compared to previous gens. This coating, I kind of like it. Kind of like it, I kind of don't. I kind of miss my old blue Glocks. How they look kind of bluish. But these are nice. These are nice. I cannot wait to get these sights off this gun, y'all. I hate factory Glock night sights. These aren't even night sights, actually. These are just regular sights. And I've done one-handed manipulation. One. All I did was take the weapon, drop a magazine, lock the slide to the rear, put a new mag in it, and try to rack the slide home. And I've already gouged that little plastic sight. It just shitty sights. You think for $600, if you don't buy it, first responder, I think I was $470 out the door for this gun. With the blue label program from Glock. There's only one dealer where I'm from that will honor the blue label program. This Glock should put such a better sight on these guns from the factory. We all know this. You pay that kind of money for a weapon and you gotta go drop $100 to $150 to upgrade your sights. I think that's why Glock does it. So that you have to upgrade the sights, because these things are fucking hot garbage. I hate them. Yes, I can hit with them, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh man, just looking at them, I get mad. I want to change them so bad. It's just not in the budget right now to go do it. Y'all, these sights, terrible. Absolutely terrible. I wish it came with 4. Yeah, I wish it came with 4 17-round magazines. I do like how they gave the bottom of the mag a little curvature upwards. It does fit a little bit better. And the mag well, how they kind of flared it a little bit from the factory, which you can kind of tell. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But I like it. I think with a little bit better mag well on it, probably put a Zev flared mag well on it, I have no problem doing reloads as it is. Usually they're pretty easy. I thoroughly enjoy this gun. I like playing with it. I do notice how it's kind of got a crowned barrel. It's got a little bit of a cut to the inside. I do kind of like that. And the guy rod spring, something I've never noticed here until recently. I guess I just wasn't really paying that great of attention to the firearm whenever I was cleaning it. But it's polymer. It is a polymer guide rod spring. And from people who are doing reviews of them, they've never seen one break, which kind of to each his own. I'm not sure if there's upgrades to a metal guide rod spring on the market, but I'll probably look into that one. But I choose to run the X300s. I used to run Streamlight. Nothing wrong with Streamlight. Good lights. I feel like a X300 has a longer beam with a tighter center. It's a lot hotter in the center, so it's more of a spot than it is a flood compared to a Streamlight where it just kind of floods an area with light. This is a little bit more focused. I don't like my lights to sit flush with my guns. Don't see a point in it. If your light sits flush with your weapon, you're kind of defeating the purpose of a contact. All that does is keep, whenever you make a contact shot, to keep your slide from going out of battery. So instead of getting one shot having to tap rack, which could be in a shitty situation, you hit them dead with that light and you just start dropping rounds on them. These, on a duty type weapon, I would never mount a flush light on my weapon. Everything has to be protruding out past the barrel because of that very reason, to make a contact shot, a get off of me kind of situation. Now, with my everyday carry, like I saw in the last video, is a Glock 48 with a TLR6. I love the gun. Good little weapon. God, I wish they made a better light for it. I wish they made a light that was over 300 lumens, that was slimline, that could fit in the footprint of a TLR6. It's an awesome concept, but God, that light blows. So, I think that's going to be it for today. I'm kind of on quarantine with the family until we get some results back from my little girl. So I got kind of bored this morning. Figured I'd jump on here and do a review real fast. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see. I got a lot of gear, a lot of stuff. I got a lot of medical stuff on the way. So, because I believe the best thing you can carry on you, I've used it twice in 2 years in law enforcement in some pretty hardcore scenarios that I've been called to, is a freaking tourniquet. If you are not carrying a tourniquet, you are wrong. If you are law enforcement and you don't have one on your belt, go freaking get one. It is literally the difference between life and death. It does not weigh anything more. I had to give up some tactical real estate on my belt. So, being a 30-inch waist, there's some gear. My next video is going to be on what I went to hold my tourniquet whenever I took it off my belt. Only thing I'll ever run is a Cat Gen 7. A Cat tourniquet is by far the most simple, easiest to use tourniquet out there. Anybody can use it. In my blowout kit, in my vehicle, I keep a rat's tourniquet for small children, dogs, stuff like that. Hopefully here soon, fingers crossed, I may be interviewing for a canine position in my department. So that's big for me. That's a goal of mine in law enforcement, was to be a canine handler. Hopefully by the time I make the next video, I'll have some updates on that, guys. If y'all would, y'all give me a like and a subscribe. And appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.